In all the back and forth over how to repeal the Affordable Care Act, there was a first on Capitol Hill today, the first hearing on a health care replacement plan this year. But passage of this latest Republican push, the Graham-Cassidy bill, is far from certain, even as Senate leaders say they plan to hold a vote in coming days. Lisa Desjardins is here with us to help bring us up to speed. Lisa, the Republicans have been doing all sorts of things to try to win more votes, but as of right now, and just in the last hour, it's proving it's hard.
That's right. We have some news. I think for all intents and purposes, this version of Graham-Cassidy and basically its outline, the shape of this bill is dead. Senator Susan Collins came out with a statement saying that she is now a hard no. That makes her the third no after Rand Paul and John McCain. 3 Republican no's means a bill does not go forward in the Senate. Now, Republicans have some decisions to make. They've got to figure out, do they take this vote anyway, so make people walk the plank and get them on the record on this, or do they try to come up with some other magical, another last-minute, last-ditch formula? Do they have until 11:59 Saturday night to use the reconciliation process this year and be able to pass something with 50 votes?
So the clock is ticking.
Yes.
You and I were just talking about the statement that Senator Collins has put out, and I was going to ask you, is there any glimmer of hope anywhere? But this is a pretty devastating indictment.
Oh, it's a lengthy and certainly well thought out statement from her in which she lists 3 concerns. One are the cuts to Medicaid in this bill. Another are the effects for people with pre-existing conditions. And then the third is what it would mean for coverage, the loss of coverage, the number of people who may not get coverage under this bill. And also tonight, in this flurry of news, Judy, we have some news from the Congressional Budget Office that looked at a previous version, 2 days old now, of the Graham-Cassidy bill. And they said they don't have enough time, but they did believe it would mean millions fewer Americans with coverage. CBO may actually get a night off tonight as Republicans try to figure out what to do next.
So just quickly, you're saying this is dead, or appears to be dead, unless somebody changes their mind, someone who's declared changes their mind. The
most likely path people think is Rand Paul, finding something that maybe appeals to him. But to be honest, to have something appeal to Rand Paul and, say, Lisa Murkowski seems unlikely, and you'd have to dramatically change the bill.
So let's talk quickly about that hearing today. You were saying it is the first we've seen this year. Dramatic.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I don't think I've experienced anything like this. First of all, protesters, dozens of them. Let's play some sound from what it was like.
Okay, the committee is in recess.
So there they were saying no cuts to Medicaid, save our liberty, and you heard they had to recess that hearing for 20 minutes, Judy, while they took all of those protesters outside. Now, the hearing did get back underway, and that's when we did get into some of the core debate. This was the first hearing this year that the Senate has had on a health care bill, so it's significant. You heard from the Republicans, more power to states, and then you heard from Democrats, more power for protesters and individuals.
Literally hundreds of people were sitting outside this hearing room wanting to have their voices here. If this is such a great idea, let's take the time to analyze it, review it, and put it through all the same hoops that Obamacare went through. Chances are there might be Democratic amendments that would actually be accepted. But no, we're going through this trumped-up process to try to get a political scalp before September 30th.
They miss the obvious point that for so many people today, the ACA isn't an option. One thing's clear. Residents and citizens throughout the entire country say that their local and state politicians have their confidence more than their federal politicians. This seems like a no-brainer. To give the money to the states.
There was real substance there, Judy, but of course this is the substance just 5 days before they've got this deadline, when they've had, of course, many months, this Congress, to be talking about this.
Many months and just a few days to go, and right now they don't have the votes.
Oh, definitely do not.
Lisa Desjardins, we thank you.